Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Diana. Today we are talking about a place that gives people time. Galatians 6:9 is encouraging followers of Jesus to not grow weary in following Jesus and his ways. You see, as we walk in the ways of God, in time, we will see a harvest. Let's listen to it. Galatians 6, starting in verse 9, says this: "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." And it goes on. I want you to think about farmers for a moment. When they plant seeds in the ground, they do not get a harvest later that hour or even the next day. Not at all. Growth takes time. You see, the flower seed takes time to grow into a flower. The seed in the field takes an entire season to grow into a crop that's ready to harvest. And the seed of a tree takes years to grow and mature. In many ways, a life of faith is quite similar. That as we follow Jesus, believing him, putting into practice what we believe in his way, as we start walking with him, then growth takes place. And many times, growth takes time. You see, believers, for example, they can start to grow in wisdom over time, grow in kindness over time, grow in hope over time. Have you ever experienced that? Has something grown in your spiritual life? Has your confidence in prayer or your belief that God is always with you, is it different today than maybe it was a few years ago? Slow growth takes time. Well, as God established the church, his gathering of believers, he knew this. He knew that it would be full of imperfect people who were all growing in different areas at different rates. Oh, can you imagine? Well, do you give yourself the grace needed to grow? Do you extend grace to others in your community who are also in the process of growing with God? What if today you said a prayer of encouragement and blessing for the believers in your life who are in the midst of the growing process? And I know it, their growth may be slower than you'd like or messier than you'd like. That happens at times. But what if we turned those thoughts, those judgments, those reactions into prayer today? What if we prayed things like, Lord, help them notice you. Lord, encourage them today to keep walking with you. Lord, help them. Lord, grow your goodness in them. Lord, give their community around them endurance and grace to echo you to them as they grow. You could even say, Lord, give their community around them your heart for them during this slow growing process. You see, growth takes time. Spiritual growth grows over time too. So let us not grow weary. Let's grow faith instead, that God is not done, and slow growth is still valuable growth. We'll see you next time.